I quit social media over 1.5 years ago, and it completely changed my life. So I went from this physique to this physique. I learned playing the piano, and I even made my first money online. However, that's not even the best part. The best part, which many don't even realize quitting social media has, is that you start to live your life more intentionally and take back control over your life. So first you have to understand the three ways how social media is holding back so many people. So the first thing is dopamine. So it takes your motivation away from you. So dopamine is the thing that gives you motivation, and if you have those high peaks through social media, through scrolling and so on, then your dopamine baseline goes down, so you're less motivated in everyday life, or if you're doing nothing, you're less motivated to actually do stuff that's good for you. Then the second part is that social media is numbing your thoughts, and that's really something people underestimate, because they think, yeah, okay, I just want to be bored, I don't have to be bored, I just pull out my phone. And that's really, it has a bigger impact than you think it has. Because if you're numbing your thoughts all the time, all these things like, I should maybe go to the gym, maybe there I'm lacking a bit, I could do something on that, work on that. All these thoughts, they don't come up because you don't have to think. And that's really something that takes away control from life. And the third part is that it's fucking up your attention. You probably heard the study that humans have a worse attention span than goldfish, something like that. You probably heard it already, and that's making life even harder. So not only are you not motivated to do the right stuff, but if you get yourself to do the right things, they are even harder because you don't have the attention to actually do them in a good way. So it's really these three ways how social media is keeping you back. Really, it makes your life way harder. It's like playing life on hard mode, and you are really pulling something heavy behind you all the time. So if you are still consuming pretty much, it's something that's holding you back more than you could imagine. For me, it was like back, I think about 3 years ago, 3 years ago probably, I was scrolling pretty much. So I still had TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, all this stuff, and and stimulated myself, yeah, like all the time. I didn't really have to think. Else that came to all those things was that we started to smoke weed in our friend group. And yeah, at the time it was exciting. I mean, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we really thought it was cool, and in the beginning it was also a bit exciting. But after a time, it just was this thing that we do to numb our thoughts, or it was just a bad habit then. And yeah, so I really was in a bad situation. My grades went down, so I was a pretty good student, I would say, back in the days. But then my grades also got down, even to the point that I changed school to another school. And yeah, so it was really not nice. I didn't know where I was going with life. I even had times where I lay in bed and I literally started crying, but nothing sad happened, you know. It was like for no reason. So I really was in a bad situation. And then when I discovered those self-improvement videos and some other factors came in, I started to stop scrolling. Or of course it's not going that fast. I tried all this stuff out, like listen to the advice. Yeah, it's just the willpower, or turning off notifications, or even turning on this black and white mode on your phone. And yeah, so over time I decreased my screen time. Then I also stopped smoking weed, or at first just decreased all the stuff, started playing the piano. So that were these first steps into the right direction. And I really think stopping scrolling, so quitting social media, was one of the biggest part, because now I actually had motivation to do stuff. So I started going to the gym, build a good physique. So back then, back before, when I still was scrolling, I mean, as we said, it's just you're not motivated to do anything really. And that really changed. So I started going to the gym, even learned juggling and solving a Rubik's Cube and all this stuff. So I just was motivated to do stuff, to learn anything. And yeah, it was a really huge impact for me. Also gave me the power to start working on businesses. Of course, at first it was these shit business ideas like AI quizzes on social media, on short form content. Of course, it can work, but yeah, it's a bit shit, I would say. And yeah, then I started copywriting and so on, made my first money there. Yeah, and it was really, I think, really all this stuff came from quitting social media. That I now had motivation to do stuff, that I was living life more intentionally because I wasn't numbing my thoughts all the time, and that I had a better attention span to actually work productively or do anything with a better attention span than a goldfish. And overall, of course, I started to feel more happy because I wasn't overstimulated all the time. Yeah, it was really something that changed my life, and which I can really recommend to you. And over this time where I decreased my screen time, because it wasn't like I scrolled and then just deleted it and like from one day to another. It took time. I tried all this decreasing screen time stuff out, and there was stuff that was not that helpful. There was stuff that was really helpful. And if you want to know all the stuff that worked and don't want to waste months of time on quitting social media, then you can look in the description. There's a course, step-by-step plan, where all this stuff is in that works, and everything in a system that gets you to decrease your screen time as easy as possible, and to a point where it's like at 15 minutes. Yeah, so that your life isn't controlled by social media anymore, so that you just live life in an intentional way, do the right stuff, and actually do stuff that feels good for you. And here's an action step to get your attention back. Of course, if you scroll really much, your attention isn't going to suddenly be great again. But one thing you can do is just turning off notification. Of course, it's pretty basic, this advice, but it's really something. If you haven't done it, please do it, because it's this one-time action that really helps you to decrease your screen time, because all these notifications try to get your attention, and if you just cut them out so that no notifications are coming in, then that's like the first step that's getting you into the right direction. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helped you, and you now understand why social media is keeping back so many people so much. And then have a nice day. I hope you really turn off those notifications, because if you watch the whole video, know that social media is bad for you, but your notifications are still on. That's bullshit. So just do it right now, not after the next video or the next 2 videos. Just do it now. Yeah, so have a nice day. Bye.